Hello, Primary 5 learners. Let me hope you are fine. Let me hope you are staying at home and make sure you stay safe and help your parents with some housework. Today, we continue with our lessons from where we had stopped while still at school. And in this lesson, we are going to handle peace and security. But what you should know is we are handling two topics at the same time. The one is peace and security, then the other topic is banking. What we want you to do is to get two separate books. You can use the books that we were using while at school to write the two different topics. Write peace and security in Teacher Justin's book, or rather write peace and security in Teacher Justin's book. Meanwhile, banking, you can write it in Teacher Miriam's book. Now, let's first take our spelling activity under peace and security. Get your pen and book ready. Hope you're ready. Yes, the first word is peace. Write the word peace. Write the word peace. Number 2, write security. Security. Next, report. Write the word report. Number 4, write the word statement. Statement. And then lastly, offense. And then lastly, offense. Maybe I repeat the words. Number 1 is peace. Number 2 is security. Number 3 is report. 4 is statement. And then lastly, offense. Get your dictionary and we'll look up for the meaning of the words in the spelling activity. Hope you're ready. Number 1. Are we ready? Okay, before we first look up for the meaning, let's have the corrections of our work. Let's have our spelling activity corrected. Let's write the word peace. Peace is P-E-S-C-E. 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 Peace is P-E-S-C-E. Next is security. Security is S-E-C-U-R-I-T-Y. I repeat, S-E-C-U-R-T. Security is S-E-C-U-R-I-T-Y. S-E-C-U-R-I-T-Y. Next is report. Report is R-E-P-O-R-T. 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 We continue. Next is statement. Statement. Statement is S-T-A-T-E-M-E-N-T. S-T-A-T-E-M-E-N-T. I repeat, S-T-A-T-E-M-E-N-T. Then lastly is offense. Lastly is offense. And offense is O-F-F-E-N-C-E. O-F-F-E-N-C-E. Whoever's got all the words correctly, thank you. And what you should know is these words are written in small letters. If you've written in capital letters, or if you've written the first letter in capital, that means you've not got it right. All the words should be written in small letters. Now, before we go any further with the lesson, let's look up for the meaning of the words. Let's look up for the meaning of the words. The first word is peace. The first word is peace, which is a noun. Peace is a noun, and we defined it as a situation or a period of time in which there is no war or violence in a country. A situation or a period of time in which there is no war or violence in a country. Not only a country, but also an area. We can say in a country or in an area. We can also define it as a situation or the state of living in friendship with others. A situation or the state of living in friendship with others. That means you do not have war, you do not have violence with others. And when we say others, this can be the people we live with, our neighbors, among others. We can have a sentence under the noun peace. We can have a sentence under a noun peace. We shall always live in peace with our neighbors. We shall always live in peace with our neighbors. We shall always live in peace with our neighbors. Let's go to number 2, which is security. Security is also a noun. Security is also a noun, which is defined as the activities that are involved in protecting a country, the activities that are involved in protecting a country. It may not only be a country, it can also be a building. Apart from a building, we can also have a bank or a person. And why do we protect? We protect against any danger or attack, which means we define security as the activities involved in protecting a country, a building, a bank, or a person against any danger or attack. Let's have a sentence under the noun security. A sentence can be, there is tight security check at the airport. There is tight security check at the airport. There is tight security check at the airport. Let's go to the next word, which is report. Report is both a noun and a verb. Report is both a noun and a verb. When it is a noun, we can say a report. And when it is a report, it has its plural where we add letter S, and we shall read it as reports. And when it is a noun, we can define it as a written or spoken account of an event. A written or spoken account of an event. It is a written or spoken account of an event. Let's look at it as a verb. When it is a verb, we define the word report as a verb Give information is to give information about something one has heard. It's to give information about something one has heard. It may not only be heard but also done. It may be to give information about something one has heard or done. It may also be what you've seen. It may also be what you have seen. And when we have the verb report, the verb report will give us its continuous tense as reporting, its continuous tense as reporting, its past tense as reported, its past tense as reported, and then its past participle as reported. The verb is report, the present continuous tense is reporting, the past tense is reported, and also its past tense is, past participle is also reported. Let's go to the fourth word. Let's go to the fourth word, which is, let's go to the fourth word. The fourth word is a statement. Statement is a noun. Statement is a noun. Statement is a noun which is referred to as something that one says. Something that one says or writes that gives information or an opinion. Statement is something that one says or writes that gives information or an opinion. Let's give a sentence under the noun statement. Let's give a sentence under the noun statement. The police asked me to make a statement. The police asked me to make a statement. And when we have the noun statement, it comes from a word state. It comes from a word state, which is also a verb and a noun, which will give us its continuous tense as stating, its past tense as stated, and its past participle as stated. Meanwhile, the noun statement will give us its plural as statements. Will give us its plural as statements. Let's go to the last word. Let's go to the last word. Let's go to the last word, which is offense. Offense is a noun. Offense is a noun which is being defined as an illegal act. Which is being defined as an illegal act. As a noun, it comes from the verb offend. As a noun, it comes from the verb offend. And when it is offend, it is defined as to make someone feel upset because of something you do or say. Offend is to make someone feel upset because of something you have done or said. And when we have the verb offend, it will give us its present continuous tense as offending, its present continuous tense as offending, its past tense as offended, and then its past participle as offended. Before we continue, let's go to our number 2. Our number 2, which is security. The noun security is coming from the word secure, which will give us its continuous tense as securing. Its continuous tense is securing. Its past tense is secured, and its past participle is also secured. Its past participle is also secured. That is what we've been having under the spelling activity. Now let's go and list or identify the vocabulary under peace and security. Let's identify the vocabulary under peace and security. Yes, we can use that topic itself, peace and security, to come up with the first two words under the vocabulary. Someone should help us with the first one. Yes, peace. Thank you. Peace. Peace, which is coming from the topic. Peace. Number two, security. Very good. Security, which is also coming from our topic, peace and security. So number two is security. Let's continue. Someone should give us the other word. Judge. Yes, we have judge. Judge. Next, magistrate. Magistrate. Let me repeat the four words. That is peace, security, judge, magistrate. Next is report. Next is report. Report. Number 6 is statement. 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 Number 7 is offense. Offense. Next is crime. 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 Can we continue, please? Okay, handcuff. 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 We continue. The next word is cell. Cell is C-E-L-L. C-E-L-L. Do not write the S-E. This one is C-E-L-L. Later on, we shall look at its homophone, which is cell, S-E-L-L, and S-A-L-E. But for now, we are looking at cell, C-E-L-L. Then the previous word, which is handcuff. Handcuff is written as one word. Handcuff is written as one word, which though it's coming from two words, hand and cuff, but you write it as one word, handcuff. We continue. Next word is arrest. 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 Next is court. 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 Next is police. 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 Next is police station. Next is police station. And police station is written as two words. Police station is written as two words, coming from the word police and then station. Do not write it as one word. It's written as two words. Next is police post. Police post. Police post is also written as two words. Police post is also written as two words, coming from the word police and then post. It comes from the word police and post. Next is army. Next is army. Next is army. We continue. Barracks. 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 And then case. 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 Can I continue? Witness. 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 Defense. 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 And then lastly, gun. And then lastly, gun. Of course, there are other many words under the vocabulary. There are other words that have not given you under the vocabulary. For example, word like sentence, word like sentence, word like sniffer dog, word like sniffer dog, word like arrow. Even police, you may not find it in the notes, but I've given it to you under the vocabulary. That means you can go ahead and identify many other words that are under the vocabulary, because our topic is rich in vocabulary. Our topic is rich in vocabulary. When we start mentioning them, we may not finish what we want to look at today. We may not finish, but as we continue with the lesson, we shall continue meeting other new words under our topic, peace and security. Now, after we've listed the vocabulary, we are going to use the same vocabulary. Of course, not all of them, but some of the vocabulary to help us in constructing meaningful sentences. We are going to use some of the vocabulary to help us in constructing meaningful sentences. I am going to give you the first three, or we are going to do them as a class. I'm not going to give you, but we are going to do them as a class. Then the others, you're going to write for me in your books. You're going to write for me in your books. Let me give you the first three sentences. I'm going to use the word peace, I'm going to use the word crime and security. I'm going to use the word peace, crime, and then security. Number one, there is peace in most parts of Uganda. There is peace in most parts of Uganda. I've used the word peace. So you can also use other words that I'm going to give you to come up with meaningful sentences. Number two, the sniffer dogs. The sniffer dogs were brought to the scene of the crime. Remember, I told you there are many other words under the vocabulary that we have not written today, but we shall meet them as we continue with the lesson. An example is this word, sniffer dogs. Another one is a sin. In my sentence, I told you I was supposed to use the word crime, but now I've used these other two vocabularies. The sniffer dogs were brought to the scene of the crime. Highlight the word crime, and you can also highlight the word sniffer dogs. You can also go ahead and underline the word sin. Good. Let's continue. The third one, because I'd promised to give you three. The security guard accidentally shot his boss with an arrow last night. The security guard accidentally shot his boss with an arrow last night. You can underline the word security. You may also go ahead and underline guard, shot, because those are all under the vocabulary. But my main concern has been the word security. So the sentence is, the security guard accidentally shot his boss with an arrow last night. Now, after that, I want my children to construct for me sentences using the words that are listed here. Help me construct sentences using the words that are listed here. The first one is guard. The first one is guard. The first one is guard. Remember, I told you the word guard is not under our vocabulary, but it's part. We've not listed it. You may not find it there, but it's part of our vocabulary. Therefore, we are going to continue meeting new words. Number two is crime. Number two is crime. The first one is guard, and then crime. That's number two. Next is witness. Next is witness. Next is witness. We continue. Police station. Police station. This is a reminder. Police station is written as two words. Police station is written as 2 words. Can we continue? Police cell. Police cell. Police cell is also written as 2 words. Police cell is also written as 2 words. Next is court. Next is court. Next is court. Then report. 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 Gun. Gun. And then lastly, scene. Lastly, scene. Make sure you construct meaningful sentences that will give you a mark. After that, we are going to identify the verbs from our vocabulary. We are going to identify the verbs from our vocabulary, which verbs are going to help us in coming up with a table of tenses. We are going to identify the verbs or pull out the verbs from our vocabulary, which verbs will help us come up with a table of tenses. Can we identify the verbs together as a class? The first verb is still. Good. Still. Still. First verb is still. Still. Next. Next. Beat. 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 Good. And now before we go to other verbs, let's first use the verb still to give us its continuous tense, its past tense, and its past participle. Yes, the verb still gives us its continuous tense as stealing, stealing. Its past tense is stole. Its past tense is stole, and then its past participle is stolen. Its past participle is stolen. And then someone gave us beat. Beat. Its present continuous is beating. Beating. Its past tense is beaten. Beaten. And its past participle is also. The word beat, sorry, I'd given you its past tense as beaten, but it's not beaten, but it is beat. That means the verb beat, yes, the verb beat, let's repeat it. Its continuous tense is beating. Continuous tense is beating. Its past tense is beat. Its past tense is beat. And then its past participle is also, its past participle is beaten. The verb is beat. Its present continuous tense is beating. Its past tense is beat. Get the difference, please. And its past participle is beaten. Its past participle is beaten. There are other words. Okay, let's find out different words. Then I will ask you to fill in the table correctly. Let's list out other words. Someone should give us the other word. Arrest. Good. Arrest. Arrest. When we have the word arrest, what is its present continuous? No, don't give it to us. You're going to write it in your book. You write the present continuous, the past tense, and its past participle. Let's go. Give us another word. Defend. Good. Defend. Defend. When the verb is defend, what is its continuous tense? You'll give it to us. Next is sniff. Sniff. Sniff is S-N-I-F-F. You will also write its present continuous tense. We have block, but before block there is imprison. We have imprison, and block, then lastly we have offend. Then lastly we have the word offend. Now we come to the table where we are instructed to complete the table correctly. In our table, we have the space for the infinitive, we have the space for the present continuous tense, we have the space for the past tense, and then the space for the past participle. Make sure you fill in those dashes and underline your work, because there in the table we have the first word as still, number 2 is beat, number 3 you have to identify which word is a verb here, number 4 arrest, number 5 is hit. Make sure you fill the dashes. Number 6, there is a dash there, you give its verb. Number 7, there is a word there, defend. You are meant to fill the present continuous tense and the past participle. We also have a dash where you're supposed to fill in, then its present continuous is given as judging, and its past participle is also given, so you fill in what is missing in the dashes. Likewise to other words that are given. Make sure you write well, write correct answers, underline your work, and write neatly. We've come to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you for being good learners. Continue being helpful to our parents as we wait for when schools will be open. And we come back to school to continue with our normal programs at school. Take care of yourselves and stay safe. Thank you. We meet in the next lesson.